The Dobbs family faced emotional turmoil in Coronation Street this week as Fiz Dobbs, Jenny McAlpine, and Tyrone Dobbs, Alan Halsall, grappled with a heart-wrenching decision regarding Fiz's unexpected pregnancy. After much deliberation, Fiz and Tyrone made the difficult choice to terminate the pregnancy, believing they were not in the right position to raise another child. But their decision was complicated by Tyrone's earlier excitement, as he had already shared the news with their daughters, Hope, Isabella Flanagan, and Ruby, Dilly Naylor, who were thrilled at the idea of having a new sibling. What followed was a delicate and emotional conversation that led to cancer fears and confusion for Hope and Ruby. After deciding to terminate the pregnancy, Fiz and Tyrone faced the daunting task of breaking the news to their daughters. With Hope and Ruby already imagining their future as big sisters, Fiz and Tyrone were left in the unenviable position of explaining that the pregnancy was not happening. In an attempt to protect their feelings, the couple told Hope and Ruby that Fiz wasn't actually pregnant and that a mistake had been made. But Hope, always suspicious and highly intelligent, didn't believe them. She felt that her parents were hiding something from her. Hope, known for her fiery and inquisitive nature, confided in her ex-boyfriend Sam Blakeman, Jude Riordan, who had his own experience with family secrets. Sam remembered how Toya Battersby, Georgia Taylor, had gone through a similar situation, thinking she was pregnant, only to later discover she had ovarian cancer. Sam's recounting of Toya's ordeal stirred up deep fears in Hope, leading her to believe that Fiz's situation might be more serious than her parents were letting on. Hope's vivid imagination took over, and her conversation with Sam led her to the frightening conclusion that Fiz might have cancer. The fact that Toya's pregnancy test had initially given a false positive only amplified Hope's concerns. She remembered how ovarian cancer could sometimes cause false positives, much like Toya's experience, and began to worry that her mother might be hiding a serious illness from her and Ruby. The fears quickly spread to Ruby, and soon the two sisters were anxiously seeking answers. Unable to contain their worry any longer, they approached Fiz, desperately seeking the truth. It was a heartbreaking moment for Fiz, who realized that the girls had misunderstood her situation completely. Faced with her daughter's overwhelming fear and anxiety, Fiz made the tough decision to sit them down and explain the truth. She assured Hope and Rudy that she did not have cancer, gently dismissing their fears about her health. But Fiz knew that she couldn't leave things at that. The situation called for honesty, and Fiz decided to tell her daughters the truth about the pregnancy and the termination. This candid conversation with Hope and Ruby was one of the most difficult moments for Fiz. She explained that while she had been pregnant, she and Tyrone had made the decision not to continue with the pregnancy because they felt unprepared for another child. It was a heavy topic for two young girls to process, but Fiz believed it was important for them to understand. At first, Hope and Ruby were visibly disappointed by the news. They had been excited about the possibility of a new baby and were likely confused about why their parents had made this decision. However, as Fiz explained their reasoning with love and care, the girls began to understand. Their initial shock and disappointment gave way to a sense of acceptance. While Fiz believed in the power of honesty, Tyrone wasn't as sure that telling Hope and Ruby everything was the right move. He feared that the truth might be too much for the girls to handle and could leave them emotionally scarred. Tyrone's protective instincts as a father kicked in, and he voiced his concerns to Fiz, wondering if they should have kept the truth from the girls for their own sake. However, Fiz remained firm in her belief that honesty was the best approach. She pointed out that the girls already knew more than Tyrone realized. Hope's intuition and Ruby's concern had driven them to seek out the truth, and Fiz felt it was better to be open with them than to let their fears grow unchecked. Fiz's decision to be truthful with her daughters was a difficult one, but it reflected her deep understanding of Hope and Ruby's emotional intelligence. While Tyrone's hesitation was understandable, Fiz recognized that hiding the truth would only lead to more confusion and mistrust. Hope and Ruby were already sensing that something was wrong, and Fiz knew that confronting their fears head-on was the only way to bring them peace. In the end, Fiz's choice to be open about the termination allowed the family to heal together.